All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's NHIAA Division I volleyball match between the visiting Crimson Tide of Concord and the Goffstown Grizzlies. This is the opening for the home game for the 2018 season of the Goffstown Grizzlies girls varsity volleyball program. We've had a couple of additions to the Division I level in the state of New Hampshire this year. Wyndham and Portsmouth have elevated to the D1 level in girls volleyball, making it 22 teams in the division. By the end of the year, it's way too early to be talking about playoffs, but by the end of the year, there'll be probably 14 or 16 of those teams making the playoffs, likely 14. But we'll talk about that as the season goes along. With that, there's still 18 games in the regular season, and Portsmouth, one of the newer teams of D1, is on our schedule. That is the next game for Goffstown at Portsmouth next Tuesday, the 4th. The next home game is the 7th versus Manchester Central. Keene has dropped off our schedule this year, and so has Hollis Brookline. So we will not be seeing those two teams during the regular season. And Exeter, who in the past probably 5 years we have not played in the regular season, will be a regular addition to the schedule. So it looks to be a pretty exciting year for Goffstown volleyball. The girls are doing their warm-ups right now, and we will be back for the beginning of this best-of-5 match between the visiting Concord Crimson Tide and the Goffstown Grizzlies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to tonight's opening home match for the Goffstown Grizzlies girls volleyball hosting the Concord Crimson Tide. The players have been introduced, the national anthem's been played. We're shaking hands, and we'll get this match started momentarily. This is Matthew Kennerson, and we will be here for the best of 5 between these teams. And just to go over some of the rules real quick, it is 3 touches per side, and a point is scored on every serve. It is rally scoring. No more switching sides or winning the serve, doing a side out and scoring on that. Players may not touch the ball twice in a row. And we're getting ready to play some volleyball. Quite a few seniors on the floor starting for Goffstown tonight. It looks like the outside hitters are going to be Jerry Lynn Nolan, number 5, and Meg Lambert, number 19. The middles are going to be Liv Daly, number 6, and Liz Galetta, number 12. Abby Sudak, a junior, number 17, will be the setter. And Justine Watterson will be the number 11, will be the right side. And Anna Gendron has just entered the court as the libero. So typically what Goffstown looks like they'll be running is a 5-1 offense with 2 middles and a libero rotation. So as that middle is in the back row, the libero with the white shirt will come in and be that defensive specialist. And Concord opens the serve. First point for Concord. And I unfortunately do not have a roster from Concord. Free ball opportunity for Concord. Good pass. Set to the middle. Dug. Good dig by Lambert. Good second touch by Jerry Lynn Nolan. Hit into the net and down on the Concord side. So point Goffstown. We are tied 1-1. And I will update the scoring on the screen. Jerry Lynn Nolan goes back to serve. Concord player to reach far back for that one. That's going to be called a double hit with the amount of spin on that ball from setter Sudak. We might see quite a bit of those early in the season, but as the season progresses, the players will get much more used to that, and we'll see less of those double calls. Goffstown sets up to serve receive. Good back row swing from Nolan. That was an out-of-system ball. Sudak put up a hittable ball, and Nolan made the right decision there to take a swing at that. Tied at 2. Liv Daly will go back to serve. So she'll come on the floor and play defense until Goffstown loses this serve, and then Gendron will be back on as the libero. Nolan couldn't get to that. Point Concord. So there's Gendron back in. So now it's looks like Galetta, Lambert, and Watterson in the front row as targets for Sudak. The Concord libero serving. Set to the right side, tipped and down by Watterson. And Watterson back to serve. Get the point, get the serve. Substitution for Concord. Good pass from Watterson. Sudak goes to the outside for Lambert. Just a bit outside. And Concord's opened up a little 6-3 lead early in the first. Again, best of 5. Games at a 25, must win by 2. Short serve, but Gendron got to it, put it over the net. Good put back by Lambert. Tipped from the middle, out of system ball, but opportunity for Concord. Set to the outside. Good pass from Gendron. Back row attack for Nolan. Good kill from Jerry Lynn Nolan. There's quite a little rally there. Saw some good plays. Good smart plays on defense and a good set to that back row attack. Those are very, very difficult to block. Caitlin Young's coming in to serve. So it looks like Caitlin Young, number 10, will be that defensive specialist for Lambert on the outside. Ball falls again. Point Goffstown. Closed within 1. Young still serving. She does have a nice, strong serve. Good pass from Gendron. Back row attack for Watterson. Hit just long. Players will rotate, and it'll be Concord serve. Down by 2. Short serve into the net. Again, players will rotate, and it'll be Gendron serve for the middle Galetta. And Daly comes back in, so now it'll be Nolan, Daly, and then Sudak as the setter is a front row player right now. So she can attack the ball. Set to the middle. That ball was in. I thought there might have been a touch on that ball as well. We are tied at 7. Gendron will continue to serve. Goffstown takes their first lead of the game, 8-7 on a serve receive error from Concord. And as the season goes on, we'll see less and less of those as well. Oh, that player touched that ball, and that was going way out, but she wishes she had that one back. And I have a disagreement between the board, my score, and the scoreboard. I think it should be 9, but I'll back update it to what the scoreboard says. 1 point lead for Goffstown now. Back row swing from Young. All right, scoring update. The scoreboard in the gym is 8-8, so that's what I've got on the screen. And if you're really interested watching this on YouTube, you can go back and see if a point was missed. Serve from Concord. Nice roll shot from Watterson out of the back row. That ball just in. And Sudak will serve. So now Noland, Watterson, and Daly are the targets for the front row, and Sudak is a back row player. Oh, overpass coming into the net. Those are tough to play off the net. 2-point Goffstown lead. Nice pass from the Concord libero. A slide that was blocked by Nolan and Daly. Three-point Goffstown lead with Sudak still serving. Attack from the outside. That is, he's not, redo. The ref was, I thought he was looking right at it, but he decided not to make that call. So, no call there. Free ball opportunity for Goffstown. Let's see if they can use it. Good pass from Gendron. Short set to the middle. Put down by Daly. Net violation, Concord. 4-point Concord lead. Or excuse me, 4-point Goffstown lead. If it gets up to 13, we might see a Concord timeout. Set to the middle. Good dig from Sudak, but couldn't get to the second ball. Players will rotate. Concord back to serve. And we still have Watterson, Daly, and Nolan in the front row. There's that serve receive error from Goffstown. 12-10. Short serve. Gendron got to it, but hit it over the net, out of bounds. Now there's a deep serve right at Gendron again. To the middle. Tipped, blocked, but covered. And miscommunication. That'll happen early in the season as well, and we'll see less and less of that as the later into September and October. So I missed a point there as well. Now it's 12-12 on the scoreboard. I thought it should be 13 now, but I'll go by what the scoreboard says. Blocked but covered. Watterson takes that second ball to Nolan. Hit through that double block. That was a pretty hard hit by Nolan. Lambert checks back in for the front row, and the DS, Caitlin Young, will take a break. And the outside Nolan back to serve. Oh, that went through the rafters. Nope. Sudak got to it and hit it over the net, but she was under that net. tied at 13. Concord takes back a 1-point lead on the serve receive error from Goffstown. And will continue to serve. Set to the outside for Lambert. Put down. There's a kill. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of those this year from Meg Lambert. She's got that pretty strong swing. Serve receive error into the net. We're going for point. Goffstown back in the lead, 15-14. Good serve from Liv Daly. Free ball opportunity for Goffstown. Let's see if they can use it. Nice pass to Sudak. Short set to Galetta. Had to tip it. Back row attack from Concord. Good dig from Nolan. That's got to come over. We got a rally going. Good pass, good set, back set, blocked but covered. Oh, they're going to call that a double. That was a rally there. That was a good rally. Too bad it had to end on a violation. But that'll keep the defense on their toes if the setter can dump those every once in a while. Saw some miscommunication there. Again, that'll hopefully go away as the season goes on. Concord back to the lead, point for point. And a little change in the rotation or the setup for the defense. Drop Watterson back to serve receive. Perfect pass to Sudak. Set to the outside, a little closer than that, but Lambert tipped it. Gendron got to that one again, but out of bounds. Concord's got a little run going here, 3 straight points. Timeout Goffstown, down by 3. That was a good place for a timeout, just to break that momentum up a little bit, gather the team together, and just make sure that Concord can't put another 2 or 3 points on the board here, because this middle point of the game is where it can get away from you. And if anyone is here live watching this game and watching it later on YouTube, it's probably about 10 degrees hotter up here at the top of the bleachers than it is down on the court. It's still hot down on the floor, but it is really hot up here at the top of the bleachers. All right, Goffstown has used their first timeout, and back to the action with Concord serving. It's probably not what Coach Barron wanted coming out of that timeout, but forget about that point, move on to the next one. Points happen so fast in volleyball. You just have to move on to the next one. Out of system, Sudak's going to put it over. Set to the middle. Oh, nice tip from Sudak. Really nice tip from Sudak. Watterson back to serve. That's going to go long. First to 20. Goffstown down 20-16 in the first. Again, best of 5. Games to 25 must win by 2. You got to put those free balls over. Goffstown will reset. Watterson, Gendron, and Nolan back for serve receive. Yeah, that was going over her head and just dropped in. 22-16. This is Concord's largest lead of the game. And I think they were, before this, it was a 3-point lead for Goffstown, 3-point lead for Concord. Roll shot from Watterson. Outside. Good pass from Gendron. Set back to in between the middle and the outside. Lambert had to come in for that one. 23-16. We've got game point for Concord in the first, 24-16. And Concord takes the first, 25-16. Teams will switch sides, and we will be back momentarily for game 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game 2 between the visiting Crimson Tide of Concord and the Goffstown Grizzlies. Concord took the first in the best of 5, 16-25. So Goffstown is down a game. Again, best of 5, plays to 25 and must win by 2. Teams have switched sides, and the down ref is doing the lineup check. And we should be starting momentarily. Maybe a little hiccup on the lineup card from Concord. He hasn't pushed the libero on the floor yet. Yeah, that first game was tied 15-15 at one point, and then Concord just opened it up and rallied for the last 10 points and ended 25-16. And hopefully Goffstown can turn that around a little bit this game. Still working on that lineup card. And it should be Goffstown's turn to start the game. So, for some reason, both teams have just gotten a yellow card. Probably for a delay of game, but it's just that magic yellow card signal. I don't know why Goffstown got one. I think the lineup card being wrong from Concord was certainly deserving of a yellow card. But maybe he has to go over and check the lineups. They'll have their little secret talk, and we'll never figure out what the true thing was. So they'll have their the refs will have their powwow. But it looked like the same lineup for Goffstown. Nolan and Lambert as the outsides. Goleta and Daly as the middles. With Gendron as the libero. Watterson as the right side, and Sudak as the setter. Unless when they did the lineup check, they were in the wrong spots. Whatever. We've got yellow cards from both coaches. which I think if then they throw a temper tantrum and get a yellow card, that might turn into a red card. Now we're ready to go. Sudak will go back to serve, open it up for Goffstown, down 1-0, game 2. Back row attack from the libero, just over, good dig from Nolan. Set to the middle, blocked, solo block from Galetta, or Daly, excuse me. And we are 1-0 Goffstown. Overpass, tip down, but dug. Goffstown 2-0. And if you really want to watch that, Lambert tried to, like a soccer ball, the ball was rolling towards her, she tried to flick it up with her foot and failed. So anyone listening, if you want to go rewind or watching, rewind and see Lambert try to kick that ball up. It's actually pretty funny. 2-1 Concord with the serve. Short serve, and point scored on every serve. So that missed serve is a point for Goffstown and a 3-1 lead. Jerry blue tape leg Nolan to serve. Seen quite a few serving errors to start this game. I think 3 of them so far, and hopefully those will disappear as the season goes on. Good pass from Lambert, back set to Watterson. That's a kill, we'll take that point. There's an earned point right there for Goffstown. 4-2 lead. So the middles will switch out, Galetta's on the floor. So Lambert, Watterson, Galetta in the front. Sudak is still a back row player. And Daly will serve. Now Daly will go off, and Anna Gendron will come in as the libero. Good pass from Nolan. Little behind Lambert and hit it long. Should be tied 4-4. Yep. You're going to shift that defense around a little bit and drop Watterson back for serve receive. Good pass, set to the middle for Galetta. No touch, out. (6-4) Concord lead. Nice set to the outside. Gendron got to it, but went out. That's a kill for Concord. I think that was number 21. 7-4 Concord lead early in the second. Mishandled that second ball. Wasn't an ideal pass, but free ball opportunity for Concord. Let's see if they can use it. Well, that was a weird, very weird point. The ball was set from Concord, but it was way over, like it was almost set to Watterson, and she was blocked. 9-4 Concord lead. Served out. Should be Watterson's serve. Yep, she's going back to serve. Oh, ace. That was just a little miscommunication. Good serve again from Watterson. That's another ace. Cut the lead down to 2. Served long. Substitution for Concord. I just didn't have time at work today to go online and try to get Concord's roster. Set to the middle. That's hit long. No touch. And Gendron will come back to serve. But actually it's Lambert's serve, so there'll be the substitution, and Caitlin Young will come in and be that DS. She's got a strong serve. Tipped, set to the middle and tipped by Concord, 11-8. So we got Nolan and Galetta in the front row. Sudak is a front row player right now. Good pass from Gendron, back set to Galetta. Point Concord, and they will serve. Good pass from Watterson to Nolan. Blocked but covered. Set to the middle. Hit out. 13-9. Swap out the middles. Daly back in. Gendron will serve. Long. Back set and tipped by Daly. Good defense from Goffstown to get that ball over. That hit the top of the tape and just kind of died, but then fell right in the hole of the defense. Tipped from Daly. Kind of that overpass on top of the net and pushed over by Daly for the point. 15-10. Sudak to serve. And tap, tap, sidestep, serve. Oh, there's an ace. That's a nice serve right there. That had knuckleball or very much a curve action to it. I don't have a camera operator to really move it over to see the tap, side step serve. We'll get that later. Miscommunication there. The libero dove for that to put it over. Set to Nolan and blocked. Hitters get blocked. It happens. 16-11 Concord lead. And looks like the ball went under the bleachers. So we got the spare ball out, but then they recovered the first one. Down rest ready. Up ref signal serve and serve error. 17-11. That's going to be long. Barely. It looked like it was going to be out by a lot more than that. It did dive down. So as the players rotate, Young would have come to the front row, so Lambert's back in to do her 3 rotations in the front row. And Nolan will serve. And stay on and play defense. Ace right at the libero. We'll take that ace. Concord serving. Back set to Watterson. Too much of an angle for that cross court being that close to the middle and just out. Concord maintains their 6-point lead. Well, that was a nice bump set. Concord still serving and extends it by 1. 20-13. Timeout, Goffstown. Yeah, that 20-point level is tough to, it's a mental milestone for the game. Settle down, it's early in the season. Make the pass. Get the ball to your setter. She'll put it up for the hitters. Follow through and swing. I'm channeling Coach Barron. We do have snazzy new uniforms for Goffstown this year. They've got those white pips up on the backside and the white bars on the shoulders. And we do have some interesting combinations of knee pad colors and shoe colors. Concord serving out of the timeout. Sudak tried to dump that one over, catch the defense sleeping, but it just out. It's the right idea to do those every once in a while. Keeps the defense on their toes. Concord still serving. 22-13. Overpass, put down by the middle. Those middles love that play. That overpass comes, they're just waiting to slam that ball back down. That's a very exciting play for a middle. Game point, 24-13 for Concord in the second. Set to Lambert, touched it but covered. They're gonna call that a carry. I don't think that was a carry, but very subjective calls. Daly going back to serve, down by 10. This will take a minor miracle, but stranger things have happened. There's one of the 10 needed to tie it up. So 24-15. Daly serving. Good pass, set to the outside, tipped, covered by Sudak, so it's out of system. Good roll shot over by Galetta. To the middle, blocked. We'll take that point too. Out of system, that ball's got to go over. Oh, that was in. That was in. All right, well, Concord takes game 2, 25-16. We will switch sides and be back for game 3, a must-win game 3 for Goffstown to continue the match. We'll be back momentarily. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game 3 between the visiting Crimson Tide of Concord and the Goffstown Grizzlies. The ref is doing the last lineup check, and joining me for game 3 is junior boys volleyball player Isaac Borges. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you for coming up here for the for game 3. This is a must-win game 3 for Goffstown, being down 2-0. They lost the first and the second by the scores of 25-16, and it looks like we have a little different lineup. A sophomore,
Annabelle Wilbur Grace.
Annabelle Wilbur Grace looks like is going to be the setter for game 3.
Or not.
Well, on the second ball there, that hit the ceiling, so that one's out of play. And Concord will take an early 1-0 lead. So you've come off a pretty successful boys spring season for Goffstown.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was a lot of fun, and then a club season as well, right?
Yeah,
the club was before the boys.
Yeah,
season.
but I actually went out to Arizona to play for the national tournament out there with the team. I got invited to go to play to that.
Excellent. How was that? I mean, that's got to be a different level of volleyball out there.
It was completely different.
Yeah, yeah.
We finished 13th though in the country, which was pretty good.
Wow. For a mismatched club team out of Massachusetts and New Hampshire.
We were the only New England team there.
Congratulations. That's excellent. That's good to hear. Jerry Nolan serving. No, they're going to call a carry in there somewhere. Tried to chicken wing that up off the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the boys' season as well. I mean, it's very early in the girls' season, and boys is an eternity away in the spring. But you lost 2 seniors, and basically like 6 of the starters were sophomores.
Yeah, we were definitely young, and our DS, Nick Tizanos, says he wants to set next year.
Excellent.
So I've been working with him a little bit, just getting him reps in, trying to get him ready for the season.
Yeah, because that was the one position, starter setter was.
That's the only thing we really lost. And that serve is no good.
Tied at 3. Again, must win for Goffstown. Being down 2 games to nothing in the best of 5.
Great serve.
Yep. You need those every once in a while, the ones that hit the tape and then just kind of
roll
over, yep. So this is pretty cool because your dad did some of the games with me for the boys season as well.
Yep. Oh, serving the net. Yeah, he's doing GTV for our soccer games now.
Oh, excellent. Well, and I was talking to him when I did it. He's the one who got me into this because he was talking about when he was doing soccer for your older brother.
Yep.
And he was telling me about it. He just had this huge smile on his face, like, this is the greatest thing ever. And so we picked it up for volleyball, and I've been doing it ever since.
He absolutely loves it.
All right, well, Concord's got the 1-point lead and the serve from their libero. Good pass from Jerry Lynn.
Bump set. Great swing.
That was a nice swing from Caitlin Young. That was a nice kill. Tied at 5.
Justine Watterson on the line to serve.
She's got a strong serve, too.
Just a little out
that was
there.
a little long, but
that's the biggest difference, I think, in the boys and girls game by serving is all the girls have really strong jump float serves.
Yes.
And most of the guys just go up there and rip a ball on the top serve. Top spin.
Yeah, that jump float is can be a very, very effective serve, and it's much easier to get it to the spot you want to serve it as, too. She had to run a little bit for that ball.
Oh.
So Galetta and Young are the targets for Wilbert Grice as the setter. Yep, out of system, but no one's going to swing at
attack.
it. That's I thought that ball was in.
I thought that dropped in too. That was a good spot for that.
Yeah, and that, I like seeing that this early in the season too, those back row attacks, because those are very, very hard to block. Gendron got to that. That's got to go over. Good hustle by Gendron.
Great work.
And she gives a great pass there.
Tight set.
Yeah, it's had to be tipped. Yeah, and if you got to tip it, you got to make sure it goes over that block.
Yep. Or you got to use the block and tool it around.
Power it off it. We'll see that later in the season.
Yeah. It's early.
We'll take that kill for a point. It's an attack that went down with no one touching it. That's a kill. Hey, kid, get off the court.
Running on.
Caitlin's got a topspin serve that I've seen her let loose in the open gyms.
See what she'll do here. Float.
Yeah.
From deep.
Wow.
Ooh.
Touched on that block, but they're going to call a net violation.
Yep.
On the setter. But they got together and got their hands on that ball. That was good.
And that was a hard up for Watterson. She really had to work hard to get that one. That was a good up.
It's a good pass. Set to the outside. I'm not sure that went over, but blocked and down.
I think that rolled off the tape.
That's hittable.
That's up.
I thought that was up. I thought she got that.
Yes, it's not.
Yeah, I thought she touched that.
I definitely thought she had that one up.
So this is my 5th match of the season that I've seen so far. I've gone to 4 local Division II college games.
Oh, how's Bridget doing over there? Isn't she redshirted
She
right
is,
now?
yeah, because of her knee injury that happened at
Yep.
the end of the club season. So she's on the roster, but she will. She'll still have 4 years of eligibility, but she's part of the team. She gets to practice. She gets
Yep.
to do her rehab with the trainers right at Southern New Hampshire. So, but it's good because she's part of the team.
Yeah, she's not just irrelevant.
Net violation for Goffstown.
I was on 6 daily.
Daily, yeah. But the hitting is about the level that I've seen for the club level that she'd been playing at. But the defense in the setting is just phenomenal. Good swing from Nolan.
Good
but
block.
blocked.
Oh, great
That
tip.
was an excellent play. Smart play from the sophomore.
That was definitely a good, smart dump right there. Now she goes back to serve.
And she can attack. She's a front row player. That's good awareness. And follows it up with an ace.
The girls' teams usually have a little bit more court awareness than the guys do. They're usually thinking through it a bit more.
I've heard it described as the girls' game is more pure.
Yeah.
As far as the technical, the passing, the setting, than the hitting. The guys do seem to be all over the place.
Couldn't quite sneak it over there.
But it's still fun to watch.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Nolan and Daly and Watterson as the targets in the front row for a serve receive right here.
And
or we'll take the point out.
Nolan back to serve now.
Yeah, this is weird having a game actually before school starts too. This is the first time I remember this for volleyball.
Yeah, because this is their first game of the season, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Good up.
Yep.
Gotta bump that a little higher, make it hittable.
Yeah, because school starts on Tuesday.
Yep.
But there's already been some soccer games and things like that too. So
football has their first game tonight.
Oh, okay.
Playing Merrimack away.
Okay. Yeah, Friday Night Lights, right? Something like that.
Great movie.
This is a rally.
Good up.
Yep.
Good recovery.
Good pass. There we go. Set to the middle. Oh, that's
out.
Oh, but a net violation.
Net violation on Daly again. That's tough.
All right, well, Concord's opened up a 4-point lead in the middle of the game, middle part of the game. This is a must-win for Goffstown, being down 2-0.
Good pass.
Oh, she didn't
Set
have to
there.
even take a step.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes volleyball truly the team sport. You can have the perfect pass, the perfect set, and then you need everything to come together to earn that point. You know, one player can't do it.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see these serve receive errors diminish as the
Yep.
season goes on. Timeout Goffstown.
Yep. Because those will kill you if you can't get rid of them.
Well, and that's the thing that in those, and obviously this is a Division II level.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got, out of this 4-team tournament were 3 Northeast 10 teams: Southern New Hampshire University, St. A's, and then Stonehill from Massachusetts. And then this Shepherd University from West Virginia, who's in the Mountain East, came up, and they're kind of like a perpetual second place in that Mountain East division. There's a team in that division called Wheeling Jesuit out of West Virginia as well that is 2 years ago was a national champion on the Division II level, and last year made the Final Four but lost in the in those semis. But they're kind of a perpetual, powerhouse team. So that was some really good volleyball. And, some of the games were 3-0, some of them were 3-1. But you can still count on one hand the number of serve receive errors there were and the number of service errors that there were.
Yeah.
Obviously they're women playing volleyball. They're much.
Got to minimize errors the most you can.
Yeah.
Can't win if that first pass isn't up.
And the communication stuff.
Yep.
So that'll get better as the season goes on. And this is a slight lineup change too with
Wilbert Grace in there.
Yeah, setting, and actually Young was the DS for Lambert the last 2 games. There we go. Perfect pass. Back
to the right side, good swing. Can't have your setter take those free balls.
Right.
Got to let someone come in there.
Good dig from Young.
Good up. See if get it over.
Nice play. That
good
never
block.
went over. Yeah.
There we go.
Yep, he called it as a 4. It never went over.
Yep.
That was a good rally and a good point. There was some good defensive, good scrappy play there. The other thing the girls don't do is they don't kick the ball.
No, because they're not lazy like we are. Also, they don't have much kicking skills because the only time they'd be playing soccer is during the fall.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the I just remember watching the one tournament, and you kicked the ball in it, and you turned around and looked at all the Goffstown parents and went, "Mel must never know."
Yeah. Mel doesn't care if I kick it so long as it works.
Right.
It's when it doesn't work. Yeah, that's got to be tipped.
All right, I've missed updating the score here, so it's 19-13. I got to hit the button.
Watterson on the line to serve.
Back row attack. That was touched, but she's got to get to that.
See if she can get it over. She's going to get a net violation.
Yeah, Galetta was in the net. That was a good dig, good patience to wait for the ball and stay out of the net, and then it was tight. That mental number of 1st to 20.
Yep. Oh, good get.
Wow. Oh, that just died when it hit her.
Just had nothing.
21. Well, coming up here, we've got we're going on the road for Portsmouth, which is a new team to Division I on Tuesday. And then next Friday, we're hosting Manchester Central. So we got back-to-back Manchester games. We're hosting Central. This was a timeout Goffstown.
Well, Portsmouth won't be too new for us, seeing how we played them in D2.
Right. Well, they came up with us. They moved up to D1 in volleyball. We were always D1 in volleyball.
Oh, we were?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For girls volleyball, generally when there's 3 divisions for a sport, Goffstown is in Division I.
Oh.
And except for when football was always 3 divisions, but they petitioned to play up in Division I. Soccer, there's 4 divisions. So and basketball, there's 4 divisions.
Yeah, and we got yanked up.
But now Goffstown has moved up in every sport to Division I. They were already D1 for football and girls volleyball, and then boys, of course.
But there's only one
teams.
division.
Right. So we've got Portsmouth, and then back-to-back hosting Manchester Central, then at Manchester Memorial. Then a couple of home games, Alvern and Timberlane.
See if they can piece together a few here.
We've got a lot of Friday night home games for the girls this year. Served long.
It's always good. You can get a couple more people when it's that way.
Yeah, and so for anyone listening, come watch the game live. Make it date night. There's pizza. There's concessions. And it'll be much cooler in the gym as we get into September, because isn't it about 3 million degrees up here?
It is hot in here today. And it's not even too hot outside today either. It's in the mid-70s right now.
Tipped and down.
Oh, no one could get to it.
Yeah, she saw the defense was way back on that. That was a good
Good read.
decision to tip that there. (22-14).
Ooh.
Oh,
Good swing.
Yep, nice swing, nice kill. Split the block.
Gendron got a hand on it, just couldn't put it up.
Straight down off the block, tipped up, but out of bounds.
Yep.
Stolen kill. 23-15. And Gendron will still serve.
Serving for Goleta.
Ooh, take that, ace.
That ball had some drop to it.
Yeah, yeah. So Warwick Grice is a front row player with Daly and Lambert as the targets. This one's got to go over.
Tough play. Not much she could have done with that ball.
All right, match point for Concord, 24-17. We've got iPads all over this gym recording this. We're on a little better camera than an iPad, but
Yeah.
we got some
Yeah, they got
4K
two.
action going on. Well, that's Concord's. That's
Oh.
Goffstown's. Good pass. Set to the outside. Nice
Little
high
hot.
set.
Oh,
Miss hit. That's it. Well, Concord takes Goffstown in 3. 16-25, 16-25, and 17-25. We will be back next Friday night for hosting Manchester Central. This is Matthew Kennerson, and thank you very much, Isaac Borges, for joining me in the game.
pleasure to be here.
All right, we'll see you all next game versus Manchester Central.